Having us today. My name is Stephen Goldstein. I'm here with Frank Hackett as well. So Frank and I work with a company called OrCam, and OrCam has a unique technology designed for the visually impaired and the blind. So I do have a PowerPoint presentation that I can show to you, but I kind of feel like I'd like to get to the meat of the product here, since this is what I've been doing all day with the kids, and it just seems like this is really what our product is all about, and that is demonstrating it. First of all, who knows of OrCam? Anyone? Other than folks that strolled by today? Okay. So let me go through the details of the product as well. So OrCam is comprised of a tiny little camera. So that's why I said if you're up close, I could actually put this in your hand. You'll see that it's featherweight. Tiny little camera that will translate what it sees from video to audio and play in the ear of the wearer. So it's pretty cool. This little item here is a 8 megapixel camera. So that's 1 megapixel is considered high definition. If you look at this, it's about the diameter of a pencil. It's maybe an inch long barely, and that's connected to a speaker that sits right in front of your ear and will play privately, whatever it sees, it'll play in your ear. So there's also a microphone here, and you'll see why. And that's connected to the brains of our device, and that's this base unit. The base unit is both the computer as well as the battery, and the base unit is designed to be very simple. There's only 3 buttons on it. There's a trigger button, which has if you come down here and take a look, it's got the little arrow signal on it, which is the universal play button. There's a volume up down, which is a toggle switch, and it's got an indent for volume down and a bump for volume up, and then there's an on-off switch. So it weighs about as much as an iPhone, maybe even less. So let me show you how this works initially. First of all, the camera. We put a little mount on anybody's glasses. It goes on with a tiny little Allen wrench. Comes with the kit that we provide. And the mount allows you to snap the camera on anybody's glasses, just about, unless it's a really simple wire frame. So then the glasses go on the wearer, the wire goes over the back of your ear, and we describe our device as being intuitive. Intuitive meaning that it's sort of directed, it's seeing exactly where your nose is pointed, so it's not helping your vision, but it's seeing as if you're looking at what you're going to hear read in your ear. So I hear this, I'm going to hear this privately, but in order for you guys to hear it, I connect an external speaker, and I'm going to do that now. And my external speaker is on, so let's just see if you guys can hear this.
Waking up. Battery is 50% charged.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Everybody?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I run out of wire a little bit on occasion because either I'm too tall or the table's too short, one of the two of them. But so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hold one of our documents up in front of me, and I'm going to take an image of it.
Individual attention. Complimentary one-on-one training session. So each OrCam device is hand-delivered by a certified OrCam trainer who will teach you how to use your new device.
So I used the trigger button to take an image. I prompted the camera to take an image. The camera then transferred the information down here, and it instantly converted it to audio and started reading. So it's an optical character recognition. So in addition to that, the camera can be prompted to work by my finger gesture.
What is OrCam? OrCam is an intuitive wearable device with a smart camera designed to assist people who are visually impaired.
So I was at another presentation, they said, oh, you have that taped into your device, come on, it's your own brochure, it's taped in there. So they gave me something else and I read it and it worked, but it's not taped in there, trust me, this is really reading it. So the upward pointing finger gesture, the guys that did the software and the guys that built the software, they have it respond to your nail bed. So when you point, the way you need to do it is we teach launching from your nose from an orientation standpoint, so that you actually have the document appropriately in front of your nose or in front of the camera. So that's why it's not like pointing like this, that's how everyone would normally point. So If I were to point at something else, this is our user manual. There's a little back page on our user manual. If I were to point at this. Oh, thank you guys. I was just testing you all.
Welcome to OrCam. We are pleased to present you with your new OrCam device.
And you don't have to hold it
OrCam is
here.
very intuitive. All you have to do is point. See for yourself.
I've actually never made that mistake. That's very funny. When I leave the glasses on my head. So it does that. So it'll read any text. It's not going to read in handwriting. It will read PowerPoints. So it'll read computer screens. It'll read in your cell phone screens. It'll read any text.
How many lines of text?
So, and I take these off only because they're all cloudy. We've had fingers all over them. So it sees in a landscape view. So if you guys are familiar with portrait versus landscape, at about 10 inches or 12 inches, it's seeing in a landscape view. So it'll see anything as you go outward. That it doesn't matter the distance really. So as long as the text is big enough to read and it's an eighth of a mile away, it'll read it. So it'll see a full page in landscape view. But so for instance, if I had this pretty close, it may not read this whole thing because this is very portrait, exaggerated portrait. So it may tell you while you're using it, there may be more text below. Please move the document and take another image.
Oh, so it will indicate that.
So it'll tell you that. Here, I'll do something also tricky, like this. If I take this, it should behave. Take an image.
The text seems upside down. To read it, rotate the page and try again, skipping to next text block. The text seems upside down. To read it, rotate the page and try again, skipping to next text block. The text...
Okay, I made my point there, but... Right, so what it also sees, I just wanted to say, it sees text blocks. Text blocks are groups of text separated by white space. So it'll inform you as it does those steps. Yes?
Is there any different voices? Like this is British, are there other choices?
So yes, there are. So let me do this. Let me go through the other steps with this. So here, I'm going to hold up, and then I'll go through those. We call them personalizations. So I'm going to take an image of this, one of my favorite snacks.
Ritz peanut butter crackers.
So clearly that's my own voice. I'm going to take an image of this as well.
Orbit winter mint chewing gum.
It's a little bit of a tongue twister. But so if you want, you can prompt the device to go into a learning mode, and it will learn any product that you put up there. So when it takes an image and it learns that product, and it allows you to record it. The same for facial recognition. So let me try this. I actually put my associate here, Frank, in here. So was it without your glasses? Yeah. So if I take a picture of Frank, there may be too many takes. So let me see if I can do this.
Frank Hackett.
So
Can't read text.
Well,
Please try again in a brighter area.
yes. So it can learn faces as well. But so let's say it has facial recognition software. Facial recognition software means it sees two eyes, a nose, and a mouth. So if Frank were to have a really pronounced pair of glasses, or the glasses that he put on were reflecting quite a bit, it might see Frank as a different person with and without his glasses. If I wanted to, I could put him in there twice, and that way I'd cover my bases. So facial recognition, product learning, facial learning, any text, any OCR text, it's wearable, it's accessible. You can take it with you upstairs, you can bring it to the restaurant, you can read it in your bed, you can read in your easy chair. It'll read columns, so as long as there's white space, it'll read columns. So it'll read the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times, which I'm sure is assigned reading here at this school. So it also has in it right now currency recognition. Just to show you this, if someone has a dollar bill, a single dollar bill, that would be helpful. So here, let me try this.
$20.
So is everyone hearing that?
Yes.
So I just don't have a variety of bills, Lynn. Thank you. So if I take this now, just take an image instead of pointing.
$1.
So it has American currency. Frank, does it have Canadian in now?
Not yet.
Okay, thank you very much. So I was up in Canada about, I don't know, 3 months ago, 2 months ago, and you know, it would just read whatever was on the Canadian bill. But eventually we're going to have Canadian currency in there and British currency as well. So I've kind of gone through a lot of the features of this product. Oh, one thing it's worth recognizing. You know, one of the nice things about our wearable, accessible, you know, technology is that you can take it with you wherever you go. And people commonly ask me about, well, what about a dark restaurant where it's always, you know, it's always dark? You know, a restaurant where they want to read the menu. So we have this neat little light that can go with you, where you can kind of bend it. It's got a bendable throat. So, and this will allow someone to read a menu as long as the menu isn't script. You know, or crazy, it won't read like crazy graphics, which is why we put products like this in memory, because the name of the product here is actually almost like an image. It's graphic and it's not traditional print. It will read the tiny little print on the back that gives you the ingredients. So it'll read print that's so small that I can't see it even with my variable glasses, as long as you hold it very close.
What about maps, or if there is a chart with horizontal and vertical writing?
So you're like an Excel spreadsheet or something?
Yes.
Or, so it's not great with Excel spreadsheets. Sometimes it surprises you and does a bunch of stuff that you wouldn't expect it to do, but in general, it will read a bill, like a bill from an electrical company for you. But it'll sometimes, if not, like your account number, let's say your account number was 7 digits long, it might, you know, read it like 7,840,000. But sometimes it reads it perfectly. So it depends upon the context with where it sits. So I'm going to play, if time allots, I'm going to play a couple of videos for you from folks, you know, testimonial folks, you know, they're like 3 minutes each. And these folks talk about, you know, what they were able to do before they started using OrCam and what OrCam has done for them as far as giving them some independence and freedom in doing certain tasks. But a lot of people, adults, you know, mostly, they say they can handle their own papers, they can read their own mail, they can read the Wall Street Journal, they can read New York